at Koç University. He is always eager to learn more, and now he is developing his communication skills. He's so young and so ambitious, really. And Feras, suicide, is it best that as it sounds, I couldn't say? And Feras Kiki, with your big applause, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last week, we declared the start of a new year. Most people want to use this start to have a new start of their lives and work towards the future. However, today I would like to not forget but address a problem that we have faced in the past, are facing it now, and will face it in the future unless we did something to stop it. Suicide is a problem that we share all around the world. It's a problem concerning someone's decision to end his or her own life. Why would someone take such a severe decision? There are several reasons, of course. Today, I'm going to discuss some of them and talk about the importance of social interaction and of having a clear purpose of life. According to the World Health Organization, 800,000 people die every year during their decision to end their own life. In the US, suicide is the second leading cause of death among young people in ages about 15 to 30. Of course, when we hear about this, we assume that these are people that are only in television, newspaper, but there are people like you and me. They might be among our family or among our friends. They are facing hard problems, but they can't get the help they need. Their problems might be one or more of the following: harsh life conditions, poverty, believing that their own life is a burden to others, being socially isolated, and above all, depression. I believe that this is a social problem, and it's a problem about one's own feeling of purpose and meaning. The first problem we face when we want to talk about suicide is that we don't want to talk about it. When we want to talk about suicide, we have this atmosphere of anxiety, we have this mysterious and outward atmosphere in which we all feel very uncomfortable, which make us run from talking, run from our problems, avoid them rather than facing them. The problem is that if you don't feel that you can share your problems, you will only go lonelier with time. Your problems will be bigger and bigger. So unless we as a whole society work toward the solution and take action, we can't expect our problem to solve itself on its own. For human beings, social interaction is as important to the soul as water is to the body. The reason people might want to attempt suicide in the first place is that they lost their will to continue fighting, to continue struggling and facing life's hardships. Life is not easy, we all know that. But what makes us wake up every day and continue facing our problems is that we have a greater goal than us. Each person has his own goal. For some, it might be the family. Love to your children, your spouse, your parents, or even friends. For others, it's the intellectual thirst. We want to learn more, to discover more about the universe, maybe about oneself, or anything that provokes our curiosity. It can also be wanting to improve the world, to improve also the lives of others. As long as this reason satisfies you, that would be enough. And if people around you appreciate it, of course that would be great. But even if only some did, it's still fine. There's always a contribution that each individual can add to the world. All in all, suicide is a problem that we are facing all around the world. It might face you, me, or anyone among us. Suicide, is it as bad as it sounds? Yes, indeed it is, but that doesn't mean that we will not discuss it. The more we talk about our problems, the more likely we will be able to solve them. Among the main reasons that we have this suicide problem is that sometimes we face very hard conditions, but we find ourselves alone with no help. Thus, it's a social responsibility for us to help each other, to provide help when we can, and to ask for it when we need it. Thank you.